So you see this, the two trajectories of the ball, and the one at the bottom, the curved one, the ball is faster, is quicker than the other one, even though if you measure the length of the trajectory is longer. So, Mr. Engineers, who's daydreaming about life after courses, waiting for the next 10-day weekend. Mr. Engineer, why? Why is the lower one faster than the top one?
Because of slopes.
Yeah. Because of slopes and because of gravity, yes. Very good. We have gravity on Earth. Because of acceleration. Right? That's the point here, acceleration. And the only reason that acceleration happens in this video is because you have these curves. You have tops and valleys. So even though the road is longer, the ball is quicker. And this is an amazing metaphor for what happens in innovation, for what happens in companies. We're going to talk about that next. So all technology goes through what is called the hype cycle. This is called the Gartner hype cycle. And we're talking about it in terms of technology, but I want to talk about it in terms of what's going to happen to you when you enter this company. What's going to happen when you start projects. See, the hype cycle looks like this. Whenever something new comes along, something shiny and cool, like, I don't know how many years ago it is, maybe you're too young to remember, probably not. Remember Pokemon Go? Yeah. Right? Okay. Everyone out there in the street chasing invisible, silly-looking things. Everyone. That's the hype. What happens in the hype cycle? In the beginning, the engagement, it explodes. Everyone loves it. It's the next big thing. It's going to take over the world. We love this stuff. My God, it's amazing. And then, at some point, it reaches the top. And then what happens once it reaches the top? Like anything in life, what goes up must come down. And suddenly there's a crash. This always happens in the hype cycle. Suddenly there's a crash where everyone is done with Pokemon Go. I don't want to see another Pokemon in my life. People stop talking about it. The world moves on. The technology is forgotten about. How often are you still chasing things on your phone in what is called augmented reality? We'll talk about it tomorrow. It's forgotten. But that's actually, that point where it's kind of forgotten and it crashed, is called the trough of disillusionment. And disillusionment, a trough is like a valley, a low point, the bottom. And disillusionment, well, you know what that means. It's like, oh, done. So you reach the disillusionment stage, but that's actually the foundation on which all great innovation is built. Not on the hype, but on the stuff, the things that happen after the crash. That's what innovation is built on. And it's a very important pattern because if you looked at the video, you can see some parallels, right? There is a reason why in projects, and I want you to think about projects that you're going to manage. There's a reason why we don't go from the low end just on a nice gentle slope here. It looks like that would be a better way. Let's avoid the hype cycle and let's avoid the crash and just do a nice straight line up. Makes sense. It seems more logical. Except that it's a poor way of doing it. We need the hype cycle. It's a good thing. Why? Because like that video, if you imagine a little ball going along this curve, you see the same thing. It's actually the crash that creates the acceleration. Just like that little ball.
Create opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the crash that actually creates the gravity. It's the bit that creates the acceleration that leads to innovation. So what you're looking at here, I want you to keep this in mind. Keep this chart in the back of your mind, print it here, and pull it up when you have projects or when you're talking about technology in meetings. This whole cycle is innovation.